Hello, and thank you for joining me in the next issue of my Comic Talk YouTube series. For this one, I've decided to do The Walking Dead. So this is not the original issue 1, before anyone gets excited. This is the 10-year anniversary, as stated at the bottom. Sadly, I cannot afford to get issue 1. If you don't know, people sell it for like upwards of £1,000. And I don't really have that kind of money to just throw away on a single comic. But yeah, so with The Walking Dead now, I'm going to be showing you my key issues, not all of them. I'll be having a separate video once I find out a way, well, not a way, when I find out a suitable way to present a large number of comics, because obviously I can't just lift it one at a time for like half an hour just showing you like roughly 100 comics, you know, it's just not practical. So for this one, I'm just showing you key issues. And when I did research for this, I discovered, since I haven't read most of these, because as I mentioned in the Spawn one, I don't like to read if I haven't got the next issue, or if there's a gap I won't read, and obviously I don't have issue 1 or 2 or 3, you know, because they're too early and they're too expensive. I will have them, and when I get them, same with the other series, I will make an updated version where I show you the new ones. So, doing the research, I discovered a lot of characters I don't remember by name, so I'm going to have to be reading to tell you why certain issues are important. And to start off with, issue 1 is important because it's the first appearance of Rick, it's the first appearance of Morgan, Shane, and Morgan's son, who is... Where are you? I went to the wrong page again. Dwayne. I knew it was Dwayne. I couldn't. Either way. So this is the 10th anniversary of issue 1, which I bought for like £6, I think. It's a bit more expensive than that now, but it's still a much cheaper alternative to £1,000 to £3,000, you know. And then my earliest of the original issues is issue 10. And issue 10 is important because this is the first appearance of Herschel and Maggie if you watch the TV series. If you've read the issues later on, it's also for Lacey, Arnold, Billy, Rachel and Susie, and also Patricia, or whatever you pronounce it. So yeah, since I haven't read them, I only know the 2 characters. And then next I have issue 13. Which I love the art for this one. I love the cover, how they both look pretty terrified behind that glass. And then that zombie has just like a ton of bullet holes in it. Just kind of reinforces you shouldn't be fucking with the dead. But they chose to anyway. And this one is another first appearance, because a couple of these I'm going to show are just... Like, I'm showing you all I have within the first 25, and then the rest are key issues. So this is the first appearance of Dexter, Axel, Andrew and Thomas. All classical characters, obviously, because everyone knows who they are. And next we have issue 14, which is a pretty alarming cover to start off with. You can see a hand with blood and a pistol, which is just out of reach. And this one is not a first appearance, as you'll notice with a lot of these issues. This is actually a death, and this is the death of Julie, which I should probably read, because I hear the death of Julie is a lot more grim in the actual, it's a lot more grim. Issue 15, which again, really cool looking cover. I love the motorbike, although bikes don't really get used too much, I guess. Maybe they do. Only Daryl has it in the actual show, and now I'll never remember his name. They're only too shithead with a burnt face, you know, who just feels like they're trying to make him too similar to Daryl in the TV series. That could be how he is in the book. I could just read what I have and find out, really, couldn't I, rather than wasting the hundreds of pounds I spent on him. But, you know, it's just not how I am, apparently. And yeah, this one is the death, again, of Chris, Rachel and Susie. So it's a threesome in this one. Yeah, that was appropriate. Oh damn. I have a few here now which are just in the top 25. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing special about this one. Cool looking cover, issue 17. Rick in his badass police outfit, punching someone in the face, I'm going to guess. Because you know how Rick is, he's a bit of a knob when he wants to be. Issue 20. We've got issue 21, which is a nice little heartwarming. I think this is the two little girls, I'm going to guess, if they are characters from the book, not just the TV series. The weird little girl who doesn't see zombies as zombies. And I don't know if it's just me, but this zombie, I'll put the camera, can't see, looks a little bit like Rick to me. Might just be me. And here we are. Here's another important issue, which, you know, because The Walking Dead is so cheerful, this is another death. Issue 23 is the death of Alan, and also of noteworthiness, Rick and Tyrese battle. So it all goes down in this one. And this is the last of my in the top 25. So there's no more unnoteworthy comics. And so for the next one, we have issue 28, which I like this one. This is one of the ones I bought quite early on, I believe. I love the whole riot gear and the fact that he's cobbling someone. I'm going to guess it's a zombie because of the zombies in the background. And I don't think this early on they would have been killing humans other than Shane. So yeah, and this is the first appearance of Doc Stevens. But more importantly, this is where the issue where the governor cuts off Rick's hand, which I don't have the first appearance of the governor, sadly. Could you imagine? Would be amazing. Alright. So this one is issue 35, and 35 is the death of Otis. I'm fairly certain Otis played a bigger role in the comics compared to the TV series, where he was just well, he was there just to help Shane get away in the TV series, wasn't he? It also apparently this issue had a rare printing error. I have no idea what the error is, or if this particular version that I have has the error, but there is an error to it as well. Another first appearance and not a death, which is nice. So this is the first appearance of Judith Grimes, which I was certain I read somewhere that she died before she was even born. So I have to look into this. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I'm being a penis. The wife is Laurie. I thought it was someone else. So yeah, it all makes sense. All makes sense. Oh, my days. Right, and the next one we have, which is one I'm really, really proud of this one. I really like the fact that I have this issue. And this is the first appearance of Eugene, Abraham and Rosita. This is, I think this is actually my most expensive Walking Dead comic that I currently have. I'm hopefully going to be getting a more valuable one than this in the near future with the first appearance of Michonne, or maybe the governor, because Michonne's a bit cheaper. No, the governor's a bit cheaper. This one though, issue 66, is the death of Dale and the death of the Hunters. Sadly, I don't know who either of those two are off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've watched the earlier seasons of The Walking Dead, so if they're in the earlier seasons, I don't really know. At this point, I'd like to apologise for having to turn to my left so much, but there's so many characters' names who are in these issues and so many different things to remember. Even on a good day, I have a crap memory, so I really can't remember half of this, so I apologise. So we have issue 70 by here, and this is the first appearance of Douglas Monroe. I'm fairly certain he does not appear in the TV series. I really need to remember to turn this alarm off, like quit it kind of thing. Oh well. Well, no, you wouldn't know. Never mind. I was going to say, you know what time I have an alarm for, but you don't know when I recorded this. If you did, it'd be pretty scary. Issue 78 which is the death of Derek and the death of the Scavengers. And if the Scavengers are who I believe they are, who are in the newest series of The Walking Dead, these guys got introduced way later than they did in the comics. So I'm interested to see in how they implement it here. Next we have issue 96. And a happy issue, although it really doesn't look that happy. It's the first appearance of Samuel. It's a hope. Hope something good happens for Samuel. Rick with his crazy look in his eyes, as usual. Alright, we have 98. And 98, sadly, let me quickly grab another one. Sadly, is the death of our main man Abraham here, which is terrible. But we also get the first appearance of Dwight. There he is. Dwight's the burnt face knobhead I mentioned earlier, who they portray as another version of Daryl in the TV series. Although from what I have read of him in the actual comics, because I've read a few of the later issues where he is in them, he seems like he's been portrayed much, much worse in the TV series. And by worse I mean like attitude, you know. So you have 115, which is the first appearance of Richard, and is also the first Stefano Guardiano. I have no idea if I'm saying his name right. If I haven't, I apologise. And Dave Stewart artwork. This is the first time they done art for the for the comic. And let's have a look. Yeah, you can kind of see a difference, like here in Rick. His head's a little bit more circular, whereas he's a bit more flat-headed earlier on. So you can kind of notice a bit of change in the art style. And if I remember correctly, this next one I'm going to show, if I wasn't such an idiot, great, come back, where are it? Is the reason why I originally had to do this, because there was a ton of characters done in this one, and I accidentally closed the pictures, so I apologise for that. So I'll show you it now. So it's 127, and yeah, here we go. In this one, we have the first appearance of Magna, Luke, Kelly, Connie, and Yumiko, Annie, and Siddiq. It also says first and death of Benny, so I guess another character gets introduced and dies. As you can see when I bought the comic, it mentions here Magna, so I guess Magna, sorry, is a very important character, but the others are very, very much not so. It is also the first mention of Alex, Cooper, and Anna, whoever they may be. Again, I really should read these, because a lot of money has been spent on these, and to not read them is absolute madness. Issue 130. Issue 130 is the first appearance of Herschel and the Whisperers. I'm going to guess it's not the same Herschel who is Maggie's father. But then, a bit silly for Robert to have two characters named Herschel. There's plenty of names up there. He's got lazy. So in this comic, it is the first, it says, first brief appearance of Alpha. So it's the first technical appearance, as well as the first time the Whisperers attack. Didn't take them long. First appearance in 130, and then they attack in 132. No nonsense with these guys, that's for sure. And the last issue I have to show is 135, which is the first full appearance of Lydia, my bad. First appearance of Lydia. And that is it for my key issues of The Walking Dead. I really hope you enjoyed. I think for the next issue, I'm going to do my Game of Thrones. I've had a look through them. I'm missing 2 issues of Game of Thrones. So I'm either going to do that next, like I just said, or I may wait until this weekend and buy the last 2 issues so I can show you the complete series, because it is only a 25 comic series, and I've also started the second series now, which only very recently come out. But I'll see how it goes. I may have discovered a way to present my comics better and show you, like, my Ultimate Spider-Man, or my Ultimate X-Men, or Ultimate Fantastic Four, because I have the complete series of Fantastic Four and X-Men, and I think virtually all of Ultimate Spider-Man, if not also all of Ultimate Spider-Man. But anyway, that was it for me. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It will mean so much. Also, if you like the gaming videos that I do with the gameplay, you can catch me on Twitch at the Cosmic Turtles, and yeah, we can chat and have a great time. So I hope you consider it at least, and I will see you in the next video. Please take care.